afternoon, my name is Amanda and welcome to The Den Creative. For today's pick a card reading, we're going to be doing a quick little checkup of your life, love, and career, and whatever else wants to pop up. I'm going to try to make this video quick, unlike most of my more recent videos where I just get really long-winded and in-depth, but I feel like for the most part, that's kind of what's needed right now. If you're new to pick a card readings, I just ask that you close your eyes to take a couple of deep cleansing breaths to try to center your energy and focus in on piles number 1, 2, and 3. And if more than one pile calls out to you, there may be a message in each pile for you. So without delaying this any further, let's go ahead and give you a moment to meditate on the cards, and I will see you over at your reading. Alright, group number 1, let's go ahead and find out what message we have for your life, love, and career, and whatever else wants to pop up. And we're going to go ahead and start out with this Spend the Day with God card. This is the card you use to select the pile, and I'm just going to go ahead and read today's lesson. It says here, this is a day for you to spend with God, a day of prayer, a day of silence. Imagine that your entire world is a sacred chapel. Every inch of your life is filled with grace and the presence of the divine. Your goal, to visualize yourself in the company of heaven every minute of the day. So really what this is saying for me is I'm feeling like you guys may have had a lot of your energy put to the external things in life and not really checking in with that inner self, that God, that universe, those angels, all of that spiritual stuff. So this just feels like what's really needed for you guys at this time is just to spend the day in your spiritual side or your spiritual self, meditating, taking care of your body, and really connecting with the earth and with God and just all the things that are maybe unseen in your life. And I really do feel like when this card tends to pop up is usually when you've just come out of or are still in a really rough spot in life. Even if it's just kind of your mindset, kind of that 9 of Swords, 10 of Swords energy where it's kind of, you can't really point to anything on the external that's really wrong, but you just kind of feel all the energy of everyone in the world. And with what's going on at the time of my posting, that is no surprise that you maybe have been feeling a little down or dejected about the state of the world and just where you fit into that. So let's go ahead and get some additional guidance from your oracle cards. Okay, I think that looks all right. So let's go ahead and start up here with this full moon in Virgo card. And it says here, you are good enough. So going back to just kind of feeling dejected and needing to spend that day with God, maybe you just have been feeling really down on yourself because a lot is going on in the world, and maybe you hold yourself to a really high standard and maybe you haven't been able to perform at the standard that you're used to, or maybe you've had your job just kind of, I'm seeing some of you have been laid off, or you're kind of looking for a new job because you don't really like where you're at, or maybe just things have really been stagnant in your job and even in your relationships, whether they're your family, your love life, all of that. Maybe some things just kind of feel like they need to shift, or there just needs to be more attention put there maybe, but I'm feeling like it's just this, it's like I can picture you just like laying in bed like midday and just kind of like feeling depressed or just kind of blah or bored or just like you don't really know what direction to go. And this is just that reminder that you are good enough. You are a piece of the divine incarnated in a human body right now. And you are good enough. You are worthy. And then with this new moon in Aquarius card here, it says bring love into this situation. And that, I think for many of you, is pointing to self-love. But for others of you, this is just saying, you know, how sad you've been feeling or just kind of blah you've been feeling. Maybe you haven't been your usual self where you're giving people hugs and, you know, having long, deep, fun conversations and just being able to spend that one-on-one time with somebody. And this is just saying, you know, lighten up a little bit with people in your life. And just, if it's going back to that work situation, I was kind of saying maybe some of you either don't have that job or you're looking for a new job because where you're at you don't really want to be. just bring some love into the situation and try to figure out, what is this lesson teaching me? What is this trying to show me? So then with this chop wood card, number 42, this is basically a card of just putting yourself in the present moment and enjoying or just immersing yourself in what it is you're doing. So if you're chopping wood, you're present chopping wood. You're not daydreaming about hopefully doing something better than chopping wood, or washing dishes or cleaning. I mean, a lot of times those are things we all have to do on a daily basis or a weekly basis, but a lot of times we just kind of almost come up against it like friction, like we don't really want to be doing these things, so we don't really make it enjoyable, and we're really not present. We're somewhere off in la la land while we do dishes, which I do a lot. I'm usually thinking and all that, but bring yourself into the present moment, and that's going to really help you go to the sea, and that is really get in touch with that God source within you. This is that number 7, that very spiritual number, and this to the sea card is just saying to be in the flow of what is. It is what it is. So if you are feeling that kind of depression, allow yourself to flow in and through that so that you can come out on the other side, because the more we resist what we're feeling or what we're doing or where we're at in life, the more stuck we get in the mud of wherever it is we are. So the more we can bring love into that situation and realize that we are exactly at any given moment, exactly where we are meant to be, exactly where we need to be to continue on the path of life. So if you can just realize that, say for instance, the example of you're out of a job right now, that is because there is probably something better than where you were on the horizon, but sometimes there's that transitional phase that feels really gross and unsure and uneasy, and that's the times when you just kind of feel dejected and like things just aren't really going your way. But when you can kind of surrender to those feelings, and not in a fatalistic or victimhood type of way, but just surrender to what is going on, you will get through it onto the other side of what's meant for you and something better. So then we have the getting to know each other card. It says, as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. And then we have also the soulmate card. So it says, yes, this is your soulmate. So whether you're with this person already, you have your eye on somebody, this person is worth getting to know. And even if you've been with this person for 20, 30, 40 years, there's still things we can get to know about each other, because we are not always going to be that same exact person that we were when we met. We always change and evolve over time. So our interests change, our personalities will change and shift, especially if you go through something like a spiritual awakening. You can do a complete 180 of who you were before. But I just feel like this in your love life is just asking you to get to know this person that you're interested in, or this person that you're already coupled up with, because they are your soulmate. They are someone who decided, the two of you decided to incarnate together on this planet at this time to teach each other lessons, to clear karma, to spend some time together. So I feel like the more you can get to know each other, the more you can bring love into all the different areas of your life. You can start to love your job, you can love your life, you can love your partner. It just kind of is a trickle-down effect of when you're giving love, you're going to see it reflected back at you everywhere else. So then we have the proceeding softly card. My inner power grows in moments of quietude. Quietude, spending the day with God, being quiet, meditation. This all really flows together. I just love how this happens. And then with this soaring into joy card, childlike wonder fills my life. The more you can get into that moment of quietness and stillness, and even with your soulmate, just kind of one-on-one or smaller group conversations, that's when you can really get yourself into this joy mentality where you are vibing really high so that you can attract the things into your life that you really want and really desire, the jobs, the money, the person, the life that you desire. The more you can stay in that state of joy, the quicker you're going to attract that into your life. But it does say here proceeding softly. So this isn't for you to do a complete 180 on who you are and what you're doing and just change everything up overnight. This is just saying to go within, really do some reflecting on what it is you want to do, who it is you are, who it is you want to be with, and just really do some soul searching and getting in touch with God. And it may, it says spend the day with God. It may require you to spend a whole day just kind of by yourself, journaling, meditating, kind of doing a life review to really figure out where you're at, what's maybe been what you've been feeling, what you may feel has been holding you back, and then from there you can make a game plan to move forward. So yeah, you guys, I'm really trying to keep this short, but it's already at 12 minutes, so I hope this resonated for you. You will have to let me know below what you thought, and as always, you guys, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really truly do hope to see you back at the Done Creative. All right, bye. All right, group number 2, let's find out what message we have for your life, your love, your career, all things related to what you're going through right now. And we're gonna go ahead and start with this cover card that you use to select your pile. And it says here, live in the moment, which is really funny because that was a pretty big theme in group number 1 as well. So this may be collective energies really seeping through all these piles to really be present, really get in that present moment and connect with that inner space within yourself. But we're going to go ahead and read today's lesson. It says here, on this day, strive to live in the moment. Only speak about positive things in your life and avoid bringing up the past, especially negative memories or situations. Your goal, to experience how difficult it is to live in the present. Healing is rapidly enhancing when you're focused in the now. And I always like to say, and this is a pretty widely known thing, that your power lies in the present moment. You don't have any power over the past. You don't have any power over the future. The present moment is when you plan for the future. The present moment is when you heal the past. So what this is saying is the more you can be in that present moment, the more you can be in your power and actually create the life that you've always dreamed of, or the life that you know you have the potential to have. So let's go ahead and get some additional guidance from your oracle cards. Okay, so just what I'm looking at here, I'm really seeing that you guys have really been spending a lot of time just kind of dwelling in the past or thinking about past relationships or past friendships or even family members, maybe people who have passed away, good memories, bad memories, like just the whole gamut. I just see this big stew of past memories and you're just sitting here stirring it. So it could be good things, it could be bad things. And that could vary for each of you because this is a general reading, so just take what resonates and leave the rest. But this is very 6 of Cups energy, and I didn't do any tarot cards in this reading because when I tend to do tarot cards, I tend to go off and I do not stop. And I wanted to keep these readings short, so we're just gonna see. I do feel 6 of Cup vibes very much with you guys, and especially with this children. I do feel like with many of you, this children card is calling to that inner child. But if you already have children or you work with children, this is going to be a pretty big theme coming up for you. It says your love life is being affected by children. But for many of you, that is your inner child that is affecting your love life. Either if you're coupled up with someone and been together a long time, just got together, you don't have a partner, whatever it is, it wouldn't hurt for you to do some reflecting back, since you're already in that 6 of Cups energy, to reflect back and figure out what you can heal from your childhood that will help you evolve into the relationships that you would prefer to have in the future. So we're going to go ahead and start up here. I know I kind of jumped already down here, but we're going to go ahead. It says a new start is coming with this new moon. So I'm feeling like you guys are on the verge of something new. And I feel like you guys maybe keep feeling like, I feel a little, kind of like group number 1, you feel a little bit melancholy or just kind of blah about things. But at the same time, there's this undercurrent of feeling like this excitement, like there's some money coming or there's a new opportunity coming. I can feel it, but I can't quite put my finger on what it is yet. And I'm really feeling that excitement for you guys, but it is going to require you to really live in the present moment and to even visit the past to be able to heal some of your wounds and traumas from the past relationships. Your childhood, your relationship with your parents, grandparents, ancestors is really going to be huge for you guys. But the more you can be present in the moment and understand what the past is trying to teach you in the present, you're going to get a lot of benefit out of this time coming up. So then we have the Meditate and Contemplate card with the new moon in Pisces. So you have 2 new moons. This is huge. And with the Pisces, that is that 12th house energy. That is your being alone and your dream state. So you may actually be getting dreams. And 12th house also deals with beyond the veil. So you may be getting even dreams of loved ones, or have recently had dreams of loved ones or friends who have passed away, and you have visited them in your dream state, or they have visited you in your dream state. And also, I feel like you're going to be getting really good ideas about this new start that's coming, and the way that you're wanting to build your future in your dream state, during your meditation. Whenever it is that your mind and body are quiet, you can really receive signals from your higher self, from your guides, your angels, from the universe, that you can't receive if you're busy watching Netflix, or you're busy just doing other things that are just more distractions. When you can just be in that present moment, fully immersed in that present moment, that is when you can get that connection, get those ideas, those divine ideas that are wanting to come to you. Because I feel like this new start that's coming to you is going to be sparked off with an idea that you have, or maybe something happens and then it gives you this idea for maybe a business, or I'm a writer, so maybe a book idea, something really exciting though. But it is, with these two cards we'll talk about, it is going to require you to do some deep soul searching about your past. We have the Mending card. 5 plus 2 is 7. So this is that very spiritual number. And I feel like these two children here are mending this little bunting banner. And the last time we got this card, I could not remember the word bunting, so I called it flag banner. But they are mending this little bunting here, and I feel like they're communicating with each other. So really, this feels to me like this could be you communicating with your inner child, and your inner child communicating with your however old you are now self. And you're mending that bridge between your past traumas and right now to make it something that is actually going to benefit you in the future. Then with this Orphaned card, number 5, that orphaned is that feeling lost, or just feeling like you don't have anybody. And for some of you, that could just be in your love life. You just feel like nobody is there. You don't have a partner. But with this new love card, a new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Maybe you have a crush, and I do think for some of you this could be like some sort of celebrity crush that's recently come on your radar. But a lot of times you can use that kind of fun crush-like energy to fuel that into your projects or your work, or just use that energy because especially if it's a celebrity and you just know this connection's never gonna happen, you can still use that crush energy that puts you in that high vibe to accomplish other things and actually manifest stuff in your life. But if this is an actual person you do have a chance with that's not a celebrity, or just someone that you have your eye on and they have their eye on you, this could be a new love connection for sure. But if you're already coupled up, don't have any crushes on celebrities or any random people, this just could be a new stirring of those romantic feelings and a new spark ignited within your current relationship, which is always nice. So, and going back to this Orphaned card, I'm just feeling like this is energy you're coming out of. This isn't something you're going to be completing or completely staying in. I cannot speak. You're coming out of this. So the more you live in that present moment, get in touch with that past. I see you like sitting down writing out a journal entry about what's hurting you. That could help. And especially if it's something you don't really want to journal and then preserve for later, you can rip that page out and burn it or bury it, or do some sort of little ritual to put those past feelings in the past so you can move on. And it is funny, this is just now standing out to me. We have mending, and then we have mending bridges. And then I had talked about that bridge from your past traumas to your current self, and I hadn't even realized this said bridge here and mending. So mending the past, making that bridge from the present to the past, to heal that is going to be very, very important for you coming up, especially with this new start. This is going to be that new start after you really get deep and figure out what it is you need to heal. And it's going to be different for each of you. So then it says here, I heal rifts, I am a mender. And because we do have two people here, this could be, I'm picking up twin flame energy. So this could be mending a bridge back to an old flame. I know it says new love here, but I'm feeling like that 6 of Cups energy that is so prevalent in this reading. I'm feeling like this is going back to an old flame. Maybe it's someone you're with, but you're currently separated from. Well, with and separate, I guess you can't be with someone if you're separated, but maybe you were recently with them and recently separated. This could be mending a bridge back to each other. Because I feel if that is the case for you, this is something that happened that you can get past. You can mend that bridge. It wasn't like a relationship killing thing that happened. It may have been a misunderstanding or hurt feelings, and one partner felt like the other wasn't hearing what they were saying and they were just kind of over it, so they kind of walked away. But I feel like this can be repaired absolutely if that is your case. And then we have here, listening with your heart. I trust the messages I receive from my heart. And I'm really drawn back up to here. This flower is right in front of about where her heart would be, in the middle of her chest. And this could be listening with your heart. I see these two here. She's a little above her. She's a little above her. And it's really reminding me of that. I think it's a Da Vinci painting. I could be wrong though. Where God is like in this brain-shaped egg type thing, like reaching down to man, and they have the two hands like this. That's really what this is reminding me of. So it's almost like you guys would really actually even benefit from watching group number 1, because that's that same energy of connecting with God and just spending the day with God, I think was what their middle card here was. And you might get some really good nuggets of information in that reading as well. But listening with your heart, opening your heart and listening to what the other person is saying is going to be huge. And for many of you, that is going to be that inner child. Or if you do have children, listening to what your children are saying to you, because they come with some really beautiful wisdom. Even your own inner child has some really beautiful wisdom to share with you. Even though you're the more evolved, older version of that inner child, it still has a lot to teach you about being in the moment. Because when we are children, we are nothing but in the moment for the most part. If you're someone who's in your 20s, 30s, 40s, or older, you really understand living that present moment because you had that connection with nature, you had that connection with your friends. You didn't have that instant manifestation of, I want to watch this show, and then it's magically on your Netflix. When we were kids, if you're older than 20 usually, we had to, if there was a specific show we wanted to watch every week, we had to wait till it was on TV at a specific time, and it almost felt more sacred that way. And it wasn't just instantly, boom, I get exactly what I want when I want it. So this is calling you to maybe live more in the present moment and not be so expecting everything to happen right this second. So that might be a message for some of you as well. So I think that's all I'm seeing for you guys. You will have to let me know below if this resonated and what you thought. And as always, you guys, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really truly do hope to see you back at the Den Creative. All right, bye. All right, group number 3, let's go ahead and find out what message we have for your life, your love, and your career, and just whatever else wants to pop up. And for some cool reason, you guys actually got 2 lessons. This was the cover card you selected, so we're gonna go ahead and start with these 2 cards. You guys have Dare to be Creative and Pay Attention to Your Body. And I'm gonna go ahead and read the back of both of these because these are the lessons that this reading is wanting you to focus on. So the first one here with the Dare to be Creative, it says, today's lesson, think about all the creative ideas that have come to you, in one day. How many do you dismiss as trivial or unproductive? Healing requires impractical and daring creativity. Your goal, to observe how you respond to your own creative voice. Are you receptive or self-critical? Second lesson for Pay Attention to Your Body. It says, on this day, think about one thing that your body requires that it didn't need yesterday. Listen, observe, and pay attention to the physical, emotional, mental, and psychological stress in your body and respond to one of them fully and consciously. Your goal, to pay attention to your body in every way. So I think these messages are going to be very important for some of you to not only be creative and listen to those creative nudges you get in the random ideas, maybe your dreams, and also paying attention to your body, making sure you have proper nutrients, making sure you're moving your body and getting some exercise, making sure you're not too hot and overheated if you are in the summer months in the Western Hemisphere. And she is floating in this water, so maybe really getting in connection with water in the ocean, a lake, a stream, maybe even in your own bathtub with some nice Himalayan salt would be really beneficial to you guys at this time. So I'm going to go ahead and get into your oracle cards now. Okay, I hope that's even. We can see everything. So we're just going to go ahead and start right up here. It says, a time to give rather than take, new moon in Virgo. So I'm feeling like you guys maybe have been in this state where you're not really consciously focusing on what it is that you've been doing. Maybe you've kind of been in autopilot. And if you're watching this at the time of my posting, that is more than okay at this time because things have gotten real. The ish has hit the fan. And I don't blame you if you really want to step away and just kind of go on autopilot. It just seems to be the way a lot of people deal with really traumatic things going on. But if you can really get in touch with your body, if you are in a scenario where you're feeling really yucky about a conversation you're having or somebody's energy is really affecting you, you need to listen to your body because it is sending you signals and cues for what you need to do. So if someone around you is really toxic, your body will respond in a certain way. You guys are empaths, I'm feeling. So that is going to help you understand what you need to do. If you're scrolling social media and out of nowhere you have a headache or a stomach ache, that is your cue to step away. You know, just be really paying attention to that body because it is going to be another sense for you. Like your whole body is going to be a whole other sense or like an intuition for you guys coming up that you really definitely need to listen to. And then here we have a win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra. And this give rather than take, I don't feel like you guys have been just take. But I feel like you guys maybe haven't been giving enough of yourself. But again, going back to this, pay attention to your body and making sure you have proper boundaries with people. But if you feel like you need to give your energy, your time to people, or even physical things, if you need to give stuff to people, that is good. But again, that reciprocal, because of the scales, that reciprocation needs to be balanced because if you give too much of yourself, you're going to be draining your body, you're going to be draining your energy, and it's just not going to be good. But I feel like a win-win forecast is outcome is forecast because this is that Libra, that relationship card. So if you have been having some tough times with your significant other, or maybe you've been dating a couple people and nothing's really going anywhere, or if you're in this boat where you don't really have anyone on the horizon, there could be someone coming in for you if that's the case. But if you've been with someone and you are with someone and you just maybe have been butting heads or really not on the same page completely, there is a win-win outcome in the forecast. But I do feel like for many of you, that's going to be after a heart-to-heart conversation that you need to have with each other. It's because we have the make the effort card. It says great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. And I feel like this a time to give rather than take. We have take and take in these cards. So I'm feeling like maybe this has just been you really busy with work or busy with, you know, whatever it is you're doing, raising children or whatever, and you haven't given that partner enough time of your time. So that's what it is you need to give more of, is a little bit of your time with this partner by making the effort, having those deep conversations together, giving them a back rub, you know, just really spending quality time together. I see it's going to be very important for some of you. But for those of you who don't have a partner right now, making the effort to put yourself out there to find someone, if that's something that's very important to you, would be beneficial for you right now because it might attract you somebody. Just by putting yourself out there is putting a signal out there that, hey, I'm ready, I'm here. So then we have the flirt card, which really does go with that make the effort card really beautifully. And it says extend your lighthearted energy to others. And this doesn't mean just be a flirt with everybody. This can just be, if you're already with someone, just, you know, be more playful with them, be more flirty. You can spice things up just by being more fun. Maybe when you walk by or you hit them on the butt, you know, little fun things like that really brighten their day. And that's a way you can give to your partner without really giving a lot of your energy, but they still feel like they have some of your attention. So then here we have, let's go over here, Unfinished Symphony with this number 10 card. And it's funny because this is kind of finishing up what you started or completing things. And I feel for many of you, we do have this music here, and then we have the creativity card. So this could be literal music that you started writing a song or composing a song and you never finished it. This could be just calling you to finish some of those creative projects you've been putting on the back burner. For others of you, this could be just finishing up projects around your home, maybe something you started with a partner. That could even be just if you have broken up with someone in your past, just kind of figuring out what you need to do to heal from that so you can move on, because this 10 here, that is the new beginning that you've been searching for. So there is a new beginning energy, much like group number 2 had much to do with new opportunities coming in and new beginnings. So then here we have the All That Glitters card, number 16, 1 plus 6 is 7. So this is just saying, you know, get deeper than just that surface of, ooh, there's something shiny. Just that spirituality, getting to the heart of something, going deeper within, you know, diving down into this gold mountain here. You will find the true gold within. It's not on the exterior where everyone can see. And I think for many of you, this is going to be getting in touch with yourself and finding that gold, that golden wisdom within your higher self, or that more evolved soul part of yourself, rather than the ego part of yourself that you would find more in your mind. But I think for many of you, that would be requiring you to dig deeper to really figure out some of these creative ideas. If you're in the middle of a creative project and it's kind of come to a standstill, or maybe it's been on the back burner for a while, this is saying, you know, you can get in that meditative state and figure out what you need to do to move forward. Or this idea could kind of come out of nowhere with this new beginning here and spark something in that old project that you can bring it back to life with the Unfinished Symphony, bringing it from the back burner to forefront and really being able to work on it, because now you've dug down past the surface of something and found the heart of it. So then with the Cherishing Self card, it says, I accept and love myself. And I think this really just goes back to this pay attention to your body. You guys maybe haven't been allowing yourself the time to do that self-care, and even I'm seeing like gifts and flowers and really beautiful food, some wine, some coffee, some chocolate, just really taking care of yourself, even if for you that looks like treating yourself in some way, because I feel like either you've really been busy just grinding, trying to make money, trying to find a job for some of you, just really focused on the external things and not really focusing A, on yourself, and B, on your most intimate relationships, whether that's with your family members or a significant other, your children, just making effort to put more time and attention to both yourself and the people that mean a lot to you, and, you know, making sure you balance that energy with these scales, because if you give too much of your energy to other people, you're going to be left hanging. But if you give too much to yourself, you're going to be back in that give rather than take, vibe, to where people may feel like you're selfish. So it's kind of a fine line and a balance. And I think what's really going to be involved is trusting your intuition. My life is truly guided. If you feel you need to rest, please rest. If you feel you need to make that effort and spend time with those you love, make that effort, take that time. If you feel the need to be called to do more creative projects, put your energy in that direction. You're going to have to really get in tune with that intuition. And like I was saying, your body is going to be this barometer for you to judge what's right, what's wrong, what's meant for you, what's not meant for you here coming up in the near future. It's going to be very, very important. So yeah, you guys, I think that's all I'm seeing for you, but you will have to let me know below if this resonated. And I did want to keep this a little shorter than I actually did. I think we did okay. You know, maybe not great, but we did okay, because there was still a lot coming through and a lot that probably could come through, but we're going to stop here. So thanks again, you guys, so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see you back at the Done Creative. All right, bye.